Career drivers in Charlotte and the Charlotte area have their licenses suspended and never even know about it.
In a 9 investigation, Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Sheldon discovered it's a combination of DMV error and a driver mistake.
David Gaskin never takes a minute behind the wheel for granted. After getting a DWI about 8 years ago, he was required to put this lock on his ignition. He had to blow into it to drive.
It was the last offense that I ever committed. I really learned a lesson.
But in February of 2011, he got a warning letter from the DMV. It said his license would be suspended because of what he says was a machine malfunction. He could avoid that, though, by sending back a letter in 10 days asking for a hearing. So he did.
I didn't procrastinate on sending it in. I sent it in immediately.
Gaskin expected a court date eventually, but it was the last thing on his mind when he got into a fender bender this February, and police told him his license had been suspended for a year.
What is your reaction?
I wanted to cry, but I didn't. I was completely boggled. Did not know why this was happening.
Last year, there were nearly 110,000 license suspensions in the Charlotte area, and some of those drivers, like Gaskin, didn't even know about it.
It happens quite a bit, more than the general public knows.
So how does it happen? Attorney Adam Seifer says sometimes, like in Gaskin's case, it's an error by the DMV.
But they had just dropped the ball. They did not set the date for a hearing, and they did not stop the revocation.
Yeah, I think folks will be surprised how many...
DMV's Western Region Chief Hearing Officer Patrick Clancy admits that.
The DMV made a mistake.
Unfortunately, yes.
But in many cases where drivers don't know about the suspension, it's their own fault. Attorneys say often those drivers don't get that warning letter if their correct address isn't on file.
Yeah, it's critical to make sure that DMV has your updated mailing address.
So critical, says Clancy, that the DMV is actually changing its website to make it easier for people to update online, which is required within 60 days of any move.
I mean, every citizen is supposed to know the law, but obviously there's a lot of laws out there.
And because of cases like Gaskin's, they're working to improve the computer system to track responses like his, what they call a #1 priority. Still, it's little comfort to Gaskin, who couldn't drive or work for a week and had to hire an attorney to get back his license.
And it was just very frustrating.
Lindsay Sheldon, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
We have a link to the DMV's page where you can change your address by ordering a new license. Just go to our website at WSOCTV.com.